Hey, this is Bob LeMent from Static Radio. I have no idea what I'm doing here.
So this is a first for the podcast. I am talking to a cartoon cat. That is bizarre, but somehow it feels right for this show.
There you go. It should feel right. Everybody should talk to a cartoon cat, I think. Well, that, being me, it would be my answer. So,
of course. Well, yeah, I mean, you're a cartoon cat, so you want people to talk to you.
Right, exactly.
Listeners of this show who may have never heard of Static Radio may have no clue what we're talking about, but that's okay. We never know what we're talking about here on the podcast. Bob, you are, again, a cartoon cat, but you are associated with Static Radio. You can find it at staticradio.com. Tell us, what is Static Radio, and explain why you're a cartoon cat.
Well, Static Radio is a show that I've been doing for quite some time. And we tell stories. I always like to tell people, preferably we tell funny stories, but you never know on the week if it's going to be that funny or not. But basically, I have a co-host, his name is Miles Title, and we get together each and every week and we tell a story from our lives. And typically we skew towards the funny or strange. And then basically we try to one-up each other. And there's a little bit of competition in there as well. And so yeah, and the reason I'm a cartoon cat is because I've kind of been doing this for a while, and it's not just audio anymore, it's video. And so I have a cat persona to be my video persona for myself. And so yeah, I love to experiment with things. And so a long time ago, a listener of the show said, boy, because this was just audio at that time. And they said, would it be funny if you guys were animated? And I took that to heart. And it took me probably it took more than a decade, I think it was, before I finally got around to actually making that happen. Now, I actually animated both Miles and I, but Miles is a bit of a Luddite with the technology. So I'm the technological person and he is just the person. And so I had to do everything kind of post at that point in time. I got really tired of doing that because during that time period, which has been, it's been a while ago, I had to render everything. And so that took a long time, took a lot of space on hard drives and whatnot. And so we did that for a number of months. And then I went on vacation. And when I came back, I said, I'm not doing that anymore. But I have a way to make the cat be in real time. And so I'm like, I'll just utilize the cat in real time for whenever I'm going to be a guest on somebody's show. And then I've just incorporated it now into our show on a regular basis. So I'm animated and Miles is just a picture. But it works out. I mean, it's all good. That's what
it's like you guys are living in the world of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, right?
That's right.
I mean, you got the humans and you got the
yeah. Exactly.
So do you have a Jessica Rabbit at home that we don't know about?
Yeah, she's not so cartoony though. She's a little more live action.
Well, good for you. That's hard to do for a cartoon cat to pull that. So good work,
Eddie. Right.
Yes.
So yeah, but no, the cartoon is served me well and it's fun. The hard part, or I won't say the hard part. So I did this a while back, but since this happened, Zoom has characters you can be and so forth, but I was looking for a certain aesthetic. I want a 2-dimensional aesthetic, which a lot of the, at least at the time, last time I looked at everything, they're trying to be more 3-dimensional and so forth. And it doesn't quite have that, just drawn kind of look. And this character really does. And that's why I've kind of stuck with him, even though, technology's moved on. Eventually, I'm sure I'll change it up a little bit. But right now it works great for me. And here we are. you
I
know?
love it. I'll tell you, as someone who, grew up on The Simpsons, like I watch The Simpsons now and some of the stuff they do on that show now, like with the animation, I'm like, man, I bet, if you showed somebody this, went back in time, showed the animators back in 1997, the stuff they can do now with that show, they're probably like, oh, that's going to cost billions. There's no
Right.
way we could do that. And so for me, I love it. I look at like the old school animation that you see and Looney Tunes and Simpsons. It seemed like it was kind of, not to steal your word, but kind of static there for a couple a couple decades. Now it's like things like you said just are evolving so quickly and
Right.
that's definitely the case in animation. It's been interesting to
Oh,
see.
yeah. Oh, gosh, yeah. My next thing is, because, like, well, I don't know if you look at the website and so forth, I've each year for thumbnails and whatnot, I always try to do something a little bit different. So over the years, I've done a lot of different things. Once we, got into the thumbnail making, uh, era, whenever that was. And so this year I've decided I'm making cartoons. And so I'm not an illustrator or an artist or anything like that. And so with the miracle of AI, I'm able to take these character, and I have a character for Miles as well. He's a snowman. And
Nice.
and I'm able to make little cartoons as the thumbnails and little scenarios, and so it's been fantastic, a lot of fun, and so forth. And who knows where it'll go from there? I mean, a number of years ago, I did pictograms. Every thumbnail was a pictogram, and I did that for a whole year, and I got tired of that. And then I've done photographs, I've done line art, I've done all kinds of different things just to kind of keep it interesting and keep. I just love to experiment on a lot of different things that aren't necessarily work related, as it were. This is a hobby, and it's a hobby that I've been doing for a while, and I love to use it as a way to expand on the things that I like to explore.
Yeah, for me, it's the same. I do a lot of hobbies. I'm writing a book right now. I'm
Oh, fantastic.
doing this podcast. Spoiler alert, everybody listening. This is not exactly a moneymaker for me. I know it's a shock to hear that, but yeah.
Nobody
So
makes
for
any
me,
money. Only a few people make money, and everybody puts it on the socials. I made $1 million in podcasting. They're liars. They're
no,
all liars.
absolutely
No
not.
offense, Jeff.
I think Conan O'Brien and Joe Rogan might be the only
They
podcasters actually coming out
Sure.
ahead.
And there's a few other people that make it, and some niches and so forth make money, but it's not the kind of money that you need to make in order to do this kind of full time as a job. Believe it or not, Miles and I used to make money. We were part of the Mevio network way back in the day, back in
Nice.
2007. I don't know, maybe before that. Anyway, back then, Mevio started out as a thing. I'm gonna give you a little history lesson here, Jeff. You
Oh,
may
good.
already
I
know
love
this, but
history.
so Mevio started out as a thing called Pod Show, and it was founded by a guy in the podcasting world that you may recognize named Adam Curry.
Oh yeah.
So he's the Podfather, right?
Hmm.
So Adam Curry had this thing called Pod Show. Because they wanted to have more video at some point, they transformed the name then to Mevio, which was kind of media, right? So it wasn't just audio. Pod Show seemed to be a little bit more geared toward audio. Well, we were still an audio show back then, but Mevio branched out. This was the time when there was a thing called Revision 3, which is a lot of video things going on. And so we got to be on the Mevio network for probably about a year or so before we got at the end, and then it collapsed and it went bankrupt or something. So, but yeah, we made a little bit of money at that point. But again, it's not enough money to support yourself or anything.
Right.
And I know some people can, and kudos to them. But it's not as easy as what everybody makes it out to be. Don't believe the hype, as they say.
Right. Yeah, and I'll tell you, as somebody who's been doing a St. Louis Blues podcast since 2011, which feels like eons ago, and which we're going to talk. I do want to ask you about how long you've been doing your show. We'll get into that in a
Sure.
minute, but I do. Yeah, for me, it's like there was one time, so we did have sponsors, pretty much the last 10 years of the show that I've been doing, and at one point, I remember it was funny because Manscaped reached out to us, and they're
Manscaped.
big. Yeah, they're huge on
Oh, I could use
podcasts.
that. I've got hair everywhere.
I hear you. I mean, look at this guy. Come on. Yeah, you got it. I can only imagine. I mean, you self groom though, so you're okay.
Yeah, my
Um,
tongue is kind of a manscaping. Anyway, let's not get into that.
no, let's not. Not that kind of show there, Bob.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, so we had Manscaped and they were like, "Yeah, we want to sponsor your show." And so we told them, "Great. We'd love to have you. Here are our rates." And the guy literally shot back, "Yeah, we're going to pay you a lot more than that." We're like, "Oh, great." Because I guess they have
Fantastic.
like their own kind of like, here's what we're going to pay to get podcasts to talk about us. And
Mhm.
I mean, it was way more than we were asking from other people,
Oh,
but
good for you. Yeah.
and for us, like, it was nice. It was like, it was still in what I call beer money.
Right,
It
yeah.
funded our drinking habits, but
That's
it
right.
was just it was
Podcasting making alcoholics out of everybody.
that's right. That's the
No,
way I
I'm
see it
again,
too.
probably inappropriate. I apologize.
That's okay. Hey, all this show is inappropriate. So you never take me seriously, sir. But yeah, it was crazy. And so for us, it was just kind of funny to like see that, oh, so this is probably what like the big podcasters are
Right.
getting, like this is like real podcast money. But it's like for us, we were like, I mean, I'll go ahead. I've no shame in saying it. Like if somebody turned us down, I'd go back and say, okay, what if we cut your price in half?
Right.
And
So
like,
we'll give
oh,
you a
okay. And
deal.
it's like, hey, some money is better than no money. That's what I was told in the radio biz.
There you go. Exactly. That's right.
Yep.
Well, maybe you could do a few more and we'll cut the rate down a little bit for you. And yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
There you
Well,
go.
that's
That's the way
great.
to
That's
do it.
fantastic for you guys.
Yep. So, Bob, I want to ask again. I brought it up. January 1st, 1999. I believe that was during the let's see, that was during the Abraham Lincoln administration.
That's right. Yeah. Four
Um,
score and 7
Huge
years
history
ago.
buff here, so I know all that stuff. But that was your first episode of Static Radio.
Right.
My word, I'd love to ask you what has changed since then, but I know the answer is everything.
Everything is different. Yeah. Everything is different.
Yes.
Yeah. So Miles and I used to do a radio show in college. That's where it all started. And we did that for a few years while we were in college. We graduated from college, went about our lives into the adult working world. And we were both kind of like, and we would talk to each other because we were friends in college. And I said, hey, I've been reading about internet radio, and that's why we're called Static Radio.
Hmm.
And so I said, I think I can make us an internet radio site. And of course, he's like, okay, because he was barely computer literate. He's like, yeah, sure, okay. And I said, and we can kind of do. So we had a show that we used to do on the college radio that was very similar, where we would. There we had to do, records and PSAs and some ads, but it wasn't advertising in the regular sense. It was kind of like PBS, right? So it was supported by kind of ads that we would have to do. And so I'm like, well, we can do the show still, but I go, Napster was raging at that time. If anybody remembers that, people were getting sued. Grandmas were getting sued for hundreds of thousands of dollars for their grandkids downloading, Metallica. And so I said, we can just do the fun stuff. We don't even have to do anything else. We don't have to do music. We don't have to do, PSAs. We don't have to do anything. We'll just do the fun stuff. And so that's kind of how it was born. And I got a book from a friend of mine, how to code a website in HTML in 7 days, I think is what the name of it was. And so then I went out and read it and made a website. And then I happened to surreptitiously have access to, at the time, was called a real media or a real audio server. And real audio was kind of the precursor to all of this, to MP3 or anything. And so I utilized that on the side, as it were, and so we put together the site, and we had audio going out onto the web, and it was fun. Nobody was listening. It didn't matter. It was just a little fun technological project. And then he liked to do the show, which we did over a telephone. I had basically I bought a speakerphone and had an external microphone to my computer, and that's how we started the show. I just went straight, digitized it straight into my computer off of a microphone sitting on a speakerphone.
So wait a minute,
And
you guys actually did not get together to do it. You
never,
did it through
we've
that
never,
is
we've rarely recorded together,
you're the
rarely.
godfathers of this because now that's how everyone does it. But when podcasting
Right.
first started, that's everybody was like, well, we got to get together. We can't, there's no way to do it otherwise. And you
Right.
guys were doing it. That's crazy.
Yeah, the funny thing was we live in different states, and so I bought a little Radio Shack thing that you could hook up to your phone, and it was junk. It was we tried it a few times before, just a testing, right? Because we
Mhm.
tested the show starting in November of 1998. I put January 1, 1999 as the first official because by then we had tested enough and had a kind of a flow and a format, and everything was worked out in the months from or in the weeks from Thanksgiving in 1998 until January 1. And so, but no, I had this little external microphone, which was like a 3.1, I'm sorry, a 3.5 inch, like a headphone jack with a microphone ring on it. And you just plug it in, and then it picked up. I set it on the speakerphone. I talked at the microphone. He talked from the speakerphone into the microphone. It worked great. It was better than the stupid Radio Shack thing, which sounded like everybody was underwater.
Yep.
And so we used that for, gosh, probably for a good 2 or 3 years. I think that was the method. And then maybe a little longer than that, because then we did not change the method until Skype came along.
Yeah.
And so then I was into Skype, playing around with Skype. And then Skype opened up a thing where you could use it to call a telephone, and you had to buy credits and everything. And so then I actually did that, and then I would call his home phone, and then I had a rigged up on my machine where all the sound that was in my computer was then recorded, right? So I recorded it locally on my computer via Skype with kind of some magic in the background on the for the audio inside the computer, and that's how we recorded then for another huge amount of time. I mean, that was it. And then eventually he became, because like, I don't know the technology level of your listeners or whatever, but he became a big
Very low.
Facebook
I
guy.
don't think I don't even think they know how to use their phones.
Oh,
So
okay. Well, he became a big Facebook guy. And so I figured out a way to do it through Facebook Messenger, because that was what he was comfortable with. Because I couldn't get him, I wanted to do Skype to Skype, and we tried and he failed and so forth. So I ended up switching over to that. But now he still does it. We do it actually. Uh, uh, we were doing it through Facebook until a couple of years ago, or a little over a year ago, where he'd just get on Facebook Messenger. We'd call each other, and then I'd just rip the audio out of it would all record on my end. And now we actually do a live show each week on a platform called Plausible, which
okay.
is actually a comedian's like portal. So if you're a comedian and want to do stand up, they were just ahead of COVID. They originated their site, and you can do virtual stand up shows. Well,
Wow.
I found it. And I'm like, this is fun. I don't really do stand up necessarily, but we do. And I talked to the person who runs it. I said, we don't do stand up, but we kind of do stuff that's funny. Maybe, you wouldn't mind, like, do what you want. So basically we connect on Plausible each week. We did last night, Mondays at 9:30 Central. And we basically run about a half-hour show and tell our stories. And on Plausible now, anybody can join and kind of be part of the fun. I mean, I can, it's kind of like Zoom in a way. I can mute them or kick them out, but
Yeah.
I generally don't. And yeah, and then they can interact. And typically we still try to keep the format where, we tell each other stories and crack each other up. And then if people are there, we'll invite them to tell a story. And that's kind of how it's gone. That's the speedy, what 20 whatever years it is, history of everything. There's more
That's
to it, but that's the short and sweet version.
wow, that's not bad for a cartoon cat. That's pretty
Mm-hmm.
good. Figuring
And I
all
wrote
that
through some
out.
technology for you, and there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Very cool. Well, you mentioned your show is a storytelling type podcast. That's exactly what this is. So we are actually going to get into our random topic now. As I
Okay,
said,
great.
I'm going to go ahead and pull up the randomizer. Again, looks like
Wow,
probably
it's the
gobbledygook to
Matrix.
you.
Holy
But yes,
moly!
exactly. Yeah, all the zeros and ones. Don't forget. But yeah, the so at the bottom there he says it's presenter to spin. So we're gonna
Yeah.
do that now. Our topic is buying things just because they're on sale.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
are you that person? Do you go to
No.
stores just to buy the things that are on sale?
No. No, I'm not. But I have much experience with with being involved in that. So yeah, I'm not easily. I don't say I'm not easily swayed. I do like a good bargain, and if anybody tells talks about me, especially Miles, my co-host, he'll tell you I am cheap as the day is long. I'm always looking for a way to not spend money or to save money. So, but I don't fall into the trap where if it's on sale, I have to buy it because that's still spending money, right?
Yep.
So I really have to consider it, even though it's cheap. And so then I have to weigh all the options, and then maybe I will. Probably I won't. But my mother, growing up with my mother, she was always about the sale, right? So and then she would get this stuff, and then I'd be like, especially when I got older, I'm an adult, and I'm the adult child, uh, and she got older. I'm like, why are you buying this? Well, I got such a good deal. I'm like, you don't even need this. You know what I mean? How many hummingbird feeders can one person have? You can't, how many little plastic flowers
So wait a minute, are you
do you
telling me
need?
your mom is the bird lady from Home Alone 2?
Yeah, almost. I mean, just she'd buy all this crazy stuff for the yard, and like every potted plant would have, these things sticking out of it because she got them for like 50 cents a piece at the end of the summer or something. It's like, I don't understand the logic there, because she was the reason I'm so cheap is because she was cheap,
Mhm.
but she was always fall for, especially as she got older, she'd always fall for these bargains. And she happened to be a retail worker, and so she worked for a chain and got a really good discount. And so there was one point, I kid you not, I had 6 pair of sandals
Oh,
because
man.
my mother would go into the store, and she'd get a discount, right? So they were marked down, and then she'd get a discount. She'd buy these sandals for less than $5 a pair. And these are not like, you know, terrible things. These are not like flip flops or anything like this. These are like leather with the straps and the Velcro and the whole works, sandals that she'd get for less than $5. And I have my foot's kind of big, I guess. I don't know. I have like size 12 foot, right? So these would be the ones left. They'd be the really small, or they'd be the really big ones. And so
Yep.
she'd be like, so yeah, I have not bought a pair of sandals probably in the last 15-20 years.
That's fantastic. Yeah, my
So
mom was
yeah, because it's on sale.
my mom was the type of woman. It's she's, I mean, I think she's calmed down now in her
Oh,
older age,
good.
but I'm not kidding, man. There used to be like nights where she would leave for the store at like, I'm gonna go to the grocery store, and well, Bob, you're a St. Louis guy, so
Yeah.
Schnucks,
Schnucks.
and we're like, oh, okay, yeah, head over to Schnucks. And so it'd be 4 hours later, 10 o'clock, and she'd be getting home, and we're like, what were you doing for so long? Well, Schnucks had a deal on meat. And so I went to Schnucks first, and then I saw that Walmart had a deal on, I don't know, roofing nails. So I had to go get roofing nails. Then Deerberg's had a sale
Oh God,
on
yeah.
Pop Tarts. So I had to go to Deerberg. It's like, Mom, you went to 5 different stores. Think about, I mean, yes, gas wasn't what it is now, but still, it's like,
Right.
think about the gas you're spending too, just to go get these deals. And plus, half the time she'd be bringing home stuff that none of us wanted, and it's like, Mom, we're not
I'm
going to,
not even a roofer.
yeah, right, not yet, but yeah, it was just be like the craziest stuff she'd come home with. Like she'd be coming home with like vases or it's just some kind of like meat that maybe none of us would eat. Like my dad was the only one that ate Braunschweiger
Oh, the brown
and
swagger.
Braunschweiger, and so like she would go and buy these giant cases of Braunschweiger because they were on it was on
Well,
sale. We're
it's
like,
cheap for
Mom,
a reason.
Dad's gonna have to eat like 10 sandwiches a day before those go out because none of the rest of us are touching it.
Well, yeah, brown swagger's made out of liver.
Oh God, that's
I'm
right.
pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, it
In my
was
previous
it,
life, I worked in a meat packing plant, so
oh good Lord.
long time
That's
ago.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
No,
is crazy.
it's crazy that like and so another person that was like that was I dated a girl, actually it was a girl right before I met my wife, and she used to go buy, so she used to tell me all the time she was a broke college kid, she just graduated, didn't have any money, living with her parents, and so she would work, but just like how we all were, went out of college, and
Yeah.
so she wanted this, I think it was a Coach purse, and she really wanted this Coach purse.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I kept telling her, I'm like, wait till your birthday, either your mom or me or somebody, we will make sure you get your Coach purse. It was like $400, which is insane to me, but whatever.
Yes. That
So
is
then one day she calls me and she's like, "Hey, can I come over? I just got something I want to show you." And I'm like, "Sure." So she comes over, she's holding that Coach purse.
uh-oh.
And I go, "What? How did you win the lottery? Like what, how did you afford that?"
All
I
this
thought
brown swagger I sold out of your
all
mom's fridge.
right, exactly. And she goes, "Oh, well, it was on sale." And I go, "Oh, how much?" And she goes, it was like 30% off. And I'm like,
Oh,
so that's what, $90 ish, $100 ish. And she's like, yeah. And I go, okay, so
still
that's still a
$300.
lot of money. And
Yeah.
she's like, yeah. And so then like we went out like 3 different times in the next week. And every time she's like, can you get this? Can you get this? Can you get this?
Ah,
And
there's
I'm
your
just like,
$300.
you literally have no money in your account. I finally call her on it. And she goes, I have $20 to get me until next Friday.
Oh
I'm
my,
like,
you're gonna be eating that Coach purse.
why? Like, why did you do that to yourself? Like,
Or
yes, it's not 400 anymore, but you don't have 200 to spend.
right. We have a lot of brown swagger at my house if you want to come by.
That's right. Yeah, getting into the Braunschweiger third parties business.
You'd be carrying it around in the Coach purse.
That's right.
He's like, boy, that leather really kind of has a scent to it. Oh no,
Yep.
that's just my big tube of brown swagger.
That's right. No, that is something that I always laugh about when I see somebody who bought something that's, silly and not needed. And it's just like,
Yeah,
oh, why did you need that? Well, it was on sale. Well,
it was on
that doesn't
sale.
mean anything to me.
On sale is not a reason to buy. That's always my statement. I mean, if you really need it and it's on sale, sure.
Well, of
But
course.
if you don't need it, then the sale is immaterial. I mean, you can look for sales. So, oh, you just disappeared, Jeff. He did a magic show. There he goes.
Oh, I'm back. I'm back. Not
You
sure what
went to
happened
camera
there.
2 and it wasn't there.
That's right. Yep. I forgot there's only one camera here. But yeah, like you were saying, yeah, I mean, it's just, to me, it's like if you need it, then get it. And I'll say something I do, like when I bought the microphone I'm speaking into right now, I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch it on Amazon. And
Oh,
if
there
it
you go.
goes down in price, I'll buy it. And
Then
that's
you
what I
get
did.
it.
It went down about 15% on like a 1-day sale. And I said, all right, this is the
I've
day I'm
been waiting
striking.
for this. I've been waiting all 15% worth of time for this.
That's right. It was well worth the 15% too. Hey, Amazon Prime, free shipping
There
too.
you go. Oh no, the free shipping, they got you. Oh my
That's right.
gosh. Yeah,
But
no,
yeah,
Amazon is a curse.
it really
Amazon
is.
Prime is a curse. on the
There's
world.
uh there's so many times where there'll be an Amazon package at the front of the house, and I'll walk upstairs and I'll say, "Honey, it's like looks like you got an Amazon package there." And she's like, "Oh, I don't even know what it is." And I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's a
"You order
surprise.
this stuff in your sleep?"
Yeah. Amazon Prime is the you know, what do you want to call it? Is the next step from Home Shopping Network.
Yep.
And
QVC.
you're sitting there, you're watching TV. Oh, I'll just buy, whatever.
Yep.
We need cereal containers to hold our cereal.
Those are the
You buy the
stupidest
container when
things.
you buy the cereal. We don't need to hold cereal in a container. We have a container. Oh no, that's just the thing we throw in the garbage. Oh, okay. I didn't
Yeah,
know
there
I
you go.
needed
Why don't they
Tupperware for
sell
cereal.
sell the cereal in the resealable Tupperware that you can buy? That there you go. That's going to save the
Well,
planet
yeah.
right there.
Although I just read an article that for the first time in probably over a decade, you can now get a prize in your cereal again. They
I
stopped doing
s-
that,
I saw that.
and
I
then now
didn't
it's
realize they
coming back.
stopped doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
remember as
remember
a
when they
kid.
stopped it. So,
Remember as a kid how exciting that
oh
was
yeah,
when you're like, "Oh, there's a toy in the box."
gotta get that. Well, even my own children, they had lightsaber spoons
Oh, that's so cool.
back whenever the the sequels were out or whatever. And yeah, so we had to get the whatever cereal had the lightsaber spoon, and I was all for it. So unfortunately, I kind of fell into that one, but I'm like, yeah, we got to have a lightsaber spoon. Of course we do. It was
Oh
kind of
yeah.
not that great, but it was, fun to think about.
Well, and it's like the movie theaters here, Marcus here in St. Louis.
Crazy
They just
popcorn
released
buckets.
the
Yeah.
popcorn buckets. Yes. So
Yeah.
the Super Mario movie, we're big Super Mario fans. My son's a huge fan,
Oh,
and the wife
great.
saw it and she goes, "Oh, we need to go get that popcorn bucket." And in my out loud, I was like, "Yeah, of course." But then in my head, I'm thinking, why do we
Why?
need that? What are we going to do with that? You know what it's doing right now? It's sitting inside one of the cabinets, and it's
Right.
probably
There
never going
you
to get
go.
used.
Mhm. Yeah.
I'll fish it out in 10 years and be like, "Oh, here's a good Goodwill item."
Yeah, it's right. Exactly. Here we go. Here you go, Goodwill. And they'll be like, what are we going to do with a Super Mario bucket? We only got 100 of them.
Yeah, right. Yeah. There's going to
What,
be a whole shelf dedicated to Super
Irv, what are
Mario
we going to price the
popcorn
Mario
buckets.
bucket for? Quarter.
Exactly. Yeah, it's crazy just the useless stuff that we think we need at the time. I remember my brother what you mentioned lightsaber. He got one of those giant lightsabers. I remember they had them at Best Buy where it
Mhm.
actually lit up and you'd move it around and it would make the vroom
Yeah.
vroom. And I'm like, he was so excited when he got it. And I remember even thinking at the time, even as a kid, I'm like, what are you gonna do with that really? Like, what are you gonna go out and
Probably
LARP, you
hit
know?
you. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, he did a couple times, but now I mean, I guess it's cool to look at. Like he's, just got it up on display in his bedroom, but I'm
Eh,
like, that's
eh.
$140 just sitting there, collecting dust.
Well, it's not $140 anymore.
That is true. Those have gone down in price.
it's it's about $20 for or depending on who you can find to buy it. Yeah.
Yep,
No, that's
exactly.
the terrible part. Yeah. All this stuff. Yeah. I uh I'm either blessed or cursed with having purchased some things via For Imprint, which is kind of a what do they call those things? Anyway, you giveaways, right? So you want to give away stuff. So as part of my work, I have become the For Imprint connector, and so now I constantly get stuff from For Imprint every month, whether I want it or not. And so I get these boxes with, anybody need a tumbler? That's what I'm doing. I got a tumbler and a pen. Anyway, and it's just like all this plastic stuff. It's like, I mean, sometimes every once in a while, you hit a home run with it because when you need a carabiner that will not support your weight on Everest, For Imprint's a good place to get one. If you just need a carabiner for something to put on a locker, or put on something to hold a door shut or something, you can get a free one if you have bought things from For Imprint. Where going out and buying a carabiner, if you're not actually an athletic person climbing mountains, seems kind of silly.
Yep.
So
When was the last time you're like, man, I really need a new carabiner?
yeah, I need a carabiner, maybe for my keys. I don't know. So yeah, I get all this stuff, but yeah, every once in a while they hit a home run. Let's see. I thought I had something. I'm at my desk here. I'm looking to see. I thought I had. Oh, I got a phone charger
Oh,
one
nice.
time. Which yeah, I'm like this I can use, right? Because everybody can
Yep.
use it. I get a couple of those phone chargers. I've gotten headphones that were not too terrible,
That's good.
like USB headphones and regular headphones. I got a little USB, not USB, a little Bluetooth speaker. So
Oh,
there you
nice.
go. Yeah. And I embarrass my children because I got a stocking cap and it says For Imprint on it, and I wear it in the wintertime.
Nice. Very cool.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
I
you
I
can't beat that.
I'm always told by my nieces and nephews that I'm such a loser because I wear like one of the hockey companies that I've partnered with for our show is called All Black Hockey Sticks.
Mhm.
And they send me hats, shirts, I mean, all the time just because they've done so much business with me. And
Well, that's
so I'm
great.
always wearing an All Black Hockey Sticks hat. It's a stocking cap. And they're like,
Mhm.
why are you wearing that? Just put on a regular hockey team hat or a baseball cap. And
Well,
I'm like, no, this thing's sweet. I got it for
what
free and it's
you want to pay
comfortable.
starter all this money?
Yeah. Like, yeah, my nephew's always whenever he sees me, he's like, "How much are they paying you?" And I'm like, "Nothing,
Yeah,
but I can still
free
look
hat.
cool."
And my head's warm. That's the most
Exactly.
important thing.
Yep.
I'm not
No, I
freezing out here like you are with your shorts on and short sleeves in the wintertime, kid.
shorts and hoodie all the
Yeah.
time for my nephew. I never understand that. We were moving my mom's stuff out of her house, and it was August of last year, and it was about a 98-degree day. I think they said it felt almost 100,
Oh
and
god.
he was out there in shorts and a hoodie, and I'm like, "You're insane. You're going to die." And he had to keep taking breaks, and I'm like, he's like, "Oh, I'm just so hot." I'm like,
Take
"Yeah, you think?"
take your hoodie off. He's like, are all the what's with all this firewood? Oh, wait a minute, that's just old Braunschweiger.
Yeah.
Call back.
Grandma, why do you have all this Braunschweiger? That's what we call a callback in the biz.
Call back. No, but
Very
you're
nice.
right. But I mean, and here in St. Louis, it's when it's hot, it's really hot. This is easily, I don't know that it's Louisiana hot, but it certainly is hot for the Midwest. So,
Yes, yes, it is. It's actually been
um,
pretty nice so far.
oh yeah,
Right now we're recording in May, and it's been pretty great. It was actually funny because right when the Cardinals came back for their season, their first game, it was like said it was like 92 down on the field, and it was
oh my
like,
word.
yeah, like what? Like it's not June yet, and we all thought, man, this is going to be a rough spring, but we've gotten lucky so far.
Oh
We've been able
yeah,
to sit on our
definitely.
porches and eat Braunschweiger as much as
Yeah,
we want.
exactly. Exactly. You gotta get your old carving knife out and cut off a couple pieces. And the tornadoes, we only had what, maybe 3 or 4 tornadoes so far this year. So
That's true. Yeah, it's been a lot better, but yeah, it's funny, man. I got a friend that lives out in LA, and he's like, "Are you guys just like always cowering under your desks and hiding in your basements?" And I'm like, "Pretty much, yeah. The whole St. Louis area is just hiding in their basements at all times for about a month and a half."
no, we're on the porch going, wow, look at that. No.
That that was my favorite. Obviously, we all do that, but I thought it was funny. My neighbors across the street, this last giant storm we had, they even had their kids out with them, like little kids, like 2 and 4,
Yeah.
out with them, and they're all just like they're pointing up at the sky, and they're pointing that way, and like, "Whoa, look!" And I just go, "Huh, you guys are getting them started early, huh?" And they're
That's
like, "Oh
yeah,
yeah, this is what Missourians do."
that's what we do around here. We gotta watch the tornado. Then if you see it, then you get in the basement. But you
That's
don't
true.
uh you don't get in the basement too soon because it's hot and terrible down there. So
Well, and we've all learned from movies like 2012 and Day After Tomorrow, you can always narrowly escape the issue.
Yeah, you can
John
surf right
Cusack
out of
taught me
that
that.
flood, yeah.
Yeah, as long as you're just always 1 second ahead of the tornado, you'll be fine.
You'll be fine,
Yep,
exactly. You won't get hit
absolutely.
in the head with a cinder block, you'll be fine.
No, exactly. And plus, the movie Twister taught me all you have
Mhm.
to do is go hide in a barn and tie yourself to a pole, and you'll be all
That's
right.
right. Well, it has to be a vintage barn because those metal pole barns from the '80s don't hold up like the old '50s ones do.
Nope, you gotta make sure you're in one of those crappy wood panel ones.
That's right. You can't just can't go in the O'Leary barn and, hope that you're gonna survive the twister. You're gonna get stuck with sheet metal or something, so
Yeah, that's true. Well, Bob, the cartoon cat, I really appreciate you coming on. There is a section on your site to round this back into our topic where you can buy stuff. If you go over to
if you really want to,
staticradio.com,
yeah.
but
Mhm.
I'm guessing they're never on sale, right?
I I always do those things because I get kind of a wild,
Hair
at
up your
some point,
ass.
yeah, at some point I'm like, I probably should do this, and then I do, and then I forget about it and never talk about it. And then, yeah, so we've gone through so many things. There used to be a thing called Cafe Press was the first one,
Yep, I remember them.
and then Zazzle, and now it's Teespring. It seems to be the hot one. And so I made a bunch of Teespring stuff one day, and so yeah, it's out there. I never tell people to go buy it, and I've never bought any of it myself. Way back in the day at Cafe Press, they used to like incentivize it, and they give you as a store runner or whatever, like fake money. And so then I would buy things and give them away to listeners. And so I
Yep.
would make like somebody in the world has a Static Radio lunchbox that I got free, and I had it shipped to them. And I make just whatever the weirdest thing I could find on there. That's what I would put our logo on, and then give it to somebody. So there's like
I like that.
onesies and all kinds of weird, that aren't, nobody, whoever got it did not have a child and did not need a onesie, but that was the idea, is to give them something. There's a deck of cards I know out there.
Nice.
Yeah, lunchbox, like I said. There's some t-shirts and hats that people have bought over the years. For a while they sold CDs, and so we did sell CDs to some people, which was weird. I'm like, why would you want to buy this? But you can just listen to it on the internet for free.
Yep, yep,
I'm
that's
not
true.
charging you. I'm telling you to listen to it for free. No, they bought the CD. So in
Well, it's
some
because it was
rummage
part of
sale, there's
their
a CD.
it's because it was part of their Columbia House package,
Yeah,
right?
that's right. Right. I wish we were on the Columbia House.
Is that even still around?
I think that it exists, but not in funnily enough, you say that. Back in the '90s, when I was in college, somebody that I work with at the radio station went to work for Columbia House out of college.
Wow.
Yeah, he doesn't work there anymore, but yeah, he did for
It
a
it
short period of time.
it is still around. They're doing movies now,
Oh,
apparently.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many people owe
Interesting.
money to Columbia House from back then? I don't know, a lot.
I know I owe at least a penny.
Yeah, at least a bit. I swear it came off in the mail. I taped it on there real good.
Yeah, right. I don't know what happened. I put it right next to the stamp. It's so
Yeah,
weird.
right there for you. Right in the little, you had a little thing to put it. I put it right there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, Bob, how can people find Static Radio, and if in any social media you want to tell them about, please take this moment to do so.
Sure. So they can always come listen to whatever I actually have at this point. Every show back to 1999 is on the site. It may not have descriptions because of changes in technology. Some of that stuff got lost, and I haven't gone through and listened to things to remember what I said. But you can listen to anything you want there, and at staticradio.com or at Static Radio on most of the socials. I think we have a couple of variants on the not as popular socials, but pretty much at Static Radio will work. So there
I'm
you
seeing
go.
the I'm seeing the snowman everywhere now.
Yeah, the
So
snowman. That's Miles. Yeah,
that's pretty cool. I like it.
yeah. He looks like he's built like a snowman, so that's why.
So would you say you're built like a cat?
No, since I control the media, I get to be whatever I want. He has to be whatever I say. So.
That is how it works. I do love that. We had somebody on our other show do the intro for us, and it was put together by my co-host. And I believe the person said something along the lines of, and here's Kurt Price, Bill Day, and that guy nobody likes, Jeff Ponder. And I'm like, thanks, buddy. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
see? When
Deserved, by the way.
you control. I think our demeanors our characters are very much like our demeanors. So I'm kind of playful and silly, and he's cold and distant and melting.
I'm sure you guys work very well together. I'm sure you guys love eating foot-long Braunschweiger sandwiches together.
Right. Yeah, I don't cut it. It's round, and most people cut it in like little discs. No, I cut it long ways.
That's the way to do it. Yeah, I like
get
that.
those
Be
strips.
different.
Yeah, like jerky.
Yes. Braunschweiger jerky. How is that not a thing?
It probably is.
There's the name of the episode right there. I'm going to do a search for that. Thank you very much, Bob. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. The Pondcast, conversations that go nowhere. Produced by Jeff Ponder. Executive produced by Jeff Ponder. Music by Loud C. Smith. Talent booking by Jeff Ponder. Engineering and mixing by Jeff Ponder. A special thanks goes out to Pink Rock. Remember to rate and review the podcast Conversations That Go Nowhere just because you're a good person. If you're a bad person, you can get some heaven points by rating and reviewing. It's a win-win. Follow the podcast on all social media channels with the profile handle @PondcastConvos. Thanks for listening.